Hi, this is the 𝗙𝗪𝗪 from Crazy Tube Circuits, a pedal with an amp and a pedal in it that's based on David Gilmour's rig. But I'm not a fan of David Gilmour or Pink Floyd. So, for all you David Gilmour fans, it does, I think, the David Gilmour sound, because I tried it. And I went away and I listened to some Pink Floyd. So here is my sort of track based on Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Enjoy! Here's my setup. Guitar going into the deep freeze from Electro Harmonics. I'll explain why in a moment. Then that's going into the 𝗙𝗪𝗪. In the effects loop of the 𝗙𝗪𝗪, yes, it has an effects loop, is the element reverb from Anasounds. And then that's going into my amp. And the amp I'm going to be using is the Blackstar St. James EL34 set to clean. Right, so let's try some Pink Floyd. So that's done, and I can't honestly say if it sounds like David Gilmour or not, because I don't know much about his tone. What I can say is, as a player, I really enjoyed it, and it adds dynamics and a voice, obviously, and EQ and gain, and I'd rather have it on than off, but I don't know if it sounds like Dave. One thing's for sure, this has a lot of knobs and switches, and I'll go over those in a little bit, because I want to give you some more sound samples, and basically I want to play the pedal. So these are non-David Gilmour Pink Floyd sounds. I have no idea what they're going to sound like, so I'm going to fiddle with the pedal, find a setting I like, and then record that in my top 5 tones. So whatever setting this is, it's doing a raspy, fuzzy, hairy that I've never heard before. And I love it. I'm going to screenshot that setting and absolutely put it in one of my favorites. What a great pedal already. Right, I'm going to switch guitar and find something as good as that, but quite frankly, I'm done already. Oof, that is pretty. 𝗙𝗪𝗪 for the absolute win so far, but let's take it in a different direction. I'm going to go dropped C, I'm going to go maximum gain, and see what kind of nasty, horrible tone we can get out of it by turning the gain knob up and using a really low-tuned guitar. Damn, that's a good sound. I have never heard my setup sound like that before. I'm almost speechless. It sounded vocal. It sounded like there was some sort of talk box on there. I love it. I don't know if it's coming across in the video, but in the room, that is one of the best sounds this guitar has ever made. And this is one of my favorite tests for pedals and amps, because I don't actually know what these switches and knobs do, and some of them don't do anything, and it's kind of broken. But it is unforgiving, and it sounds phenomenal through the 𝗙𝗪𝗪. Goodness gracious. I'm going to have a lie down for a bit and then come back with something else. Whew. Oh man, I think I could play that forever. That is a Mark Bolan song, of course, and I've been searching for a tone for that since I was about 15, like that sound. And this does it, so I've got the amp turned off. I'm just using the power part of the pedal, the Colorsound. And I don't know if that's what Mark Bolan used, but my goodness, is that a good, different sound? I was worried about making this video thinking, how am I going to do a David Gilmour pedal? This isn't a David Gilmour pedal. This is something special. This is something unlike anything else out there that I have played. I love it. Right, I'm going to do one more because it's 5 and I could do 50, but I'll keep it to 5. So I wanted to throw something older at it with a bunch of reverb to see how it handles the lower gain side, but I still think I had too much gain on it. And the reason is that I love this gain so much, I don't want to turn it off or go below a certain threshold, so I didn't. So, yeah, sorry, but I will try and get some lower gain sounds out of it. But I've never played a Hiwatt amp loud, so I really don't know if that's the sound. But through all these different sounds, all these different styles of music, and all these different guitars, there seems to be one red line through all of them, and that is this quite toppy, fuzzy, gritty, graty sound that I absolutely love, and it is unlike anything else I've played, probably because I've never played the Hiwatt amps loud. So at the very least, that's what I want to do at some point in my life, and I'm going to do it. But let's stick to the pedal. Let's go over what those knobs and switches do. So the high power is all analog, and we've got 2 different pedals in one. Over this side with the white writing is the amp in the box, and then over here with the orange writing is the pedal in the box. So let's focus on the amp first. We've got the switch that engages or disengages the amp, and then we've got bass, treble, and middle, which is in a weird order. Is that a Hiwatt thing? I don't know. And then we've got volume, presence, and master volume. So this volume kind of acts as a gain of the channel. Then this switch is the input channel toggle switch, and on the top position it's bright or brilliant if you're British. At the bottom it's normal, and then in the middle it's linked. So you've got both those channels together, which gives you more gain and an enhanced frequency response. Then we've got a headroom toggle switch, and in 103 mode it's got more dynamics and higher headroom, and then in 504 mode we've got higher gain and it's more compressed. Then over to the pedal side, the Colorsound Power Boost. This is a silicon-based boost/overdrive pedal. We've got controls for treble and bass, which are self-explanatory. Then we've got volume and master again, even though in the manual it says gain and master. So when you want to get clean, you go left with the volume, and when you want to get more overdriven and fuzzy, you turn that to the right. And then, of course, the more you increase the master, the more it drives the amp section of the pedal. Then we've got a 2-way switch, which is on power at the moment, which is an 18-volt boost circuit, and then down there is a 9-volt overdriver circuit. Now, it does pop when you change between 18-volt boost and the overdrive, but Crazy Tube Circuits have said that's normal, so I don't think I'd be changing that mid-gig, but if you do, know that there's a pop there. And finally, we've got the input of the pedal and the output of the pedal. We've got 9 volts in, don't give it any more, and then we've got an effects send and an effects return, which, as you know, is currently going to this Anasounds Element reverb. Before the pedal, I've got the deep freeze. So let's go on a tone quest. I'm going to go to the more headroom section at first. Wow. So it's definitely more compressed and quieter because it's more compressed. That's interesting. Wonder what it sounds like with that on. It sounds great on its own. Right, I'm going to set the EQ in the middle because that's normally where pedal makers, that's neutral, or they're maybe not neutral, but their best setting. So good. Okay, and then, oh, we've got this. Let's go for, what's that? I can't quite see it. The B. That's bright. This is normal. And that's linked. I think I prefer linked. It seems to have the best of both worlds, as you'd expect. And as for this 504 and 103, I don't really have a preference. I'm going to leave it on 103 for a little bit and sweep this. Well, there's a presence there. Let's put that in the middle as well. Let's take this gain all the way down. Very addictive. It's quite thrashy as well up there. That's a really... Gosh, I nearly swore then. So the volume is going to push my amp even more. It kind of sounds the same, but it's just louder. Then it gets kind of noisy about there. It's super loud. I have to turn that down. It's actually hurting my ears. I'm going to stop the fiddling there and get to the review part because I want to tell you how much I like this pedal. There is not a bad sound in it. Absolutely not. Sometimes when you play with these pedals, you find like a sweet spot. I found several sweet spots that all have a similar theme, but are very different from one another. And that Jaguar and Drop C that I played earlier, that is one of my favorite guitar tones ever. Like, full stop, period, go home, turn the lights off, go to bed, end of subject, no discussion. That, for me, the pedal is worth the price alone just for that experience. Let's talk about the price. According to my sources, the high power is going to set you back around €279. And I can absolutely get behind that price and these features. This is, without doubt, one of the best pedals I've played this year. And I'm so happy I haven't done my Pedals of the Year video yet, because that would have not included this, because I've only just got it a few days ago. If you like David Gilmour, you might get some David Gilmour sounds out of it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I got close at the beginning of the video. If you like 70s fuzz and like glam rock, it does that wonderfully. And if you want something that's different to every other drive and amp combination I've heard on the market at the moment, you want something special to set you aside from other players, this is the pedal for you. I'm going to put this on my board just so that I sound different, and people are going to say, in fact, the audience are going to say nothing. They're going to say, can you play another song, please? But the other guitar player in my band, Steve, he's going to say, wow, can I have one of those, please? And I'm going to say, no, that's my sound now. I'm so happy. I love it when I play an absolutely phenomenal piece of gear. There's a button right there that you can click with your finger or your mouse, and it will subscribe you to the channel if you want more from me. And there's a comment section down there to let me know what you think of the Crazy Tube Circuit's high power. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!